These days I'm laying in a bed when I record. I just met with the medical oncologist, and I'm going to meet now with the radiation oncologist. And it looks like I'll be scheduled. I'm going to do another PET CT and probably get a port in, which I never thought I'd do. And then possibly in 3 weeks I'll start the first chemo. There's some question about the pathology. The Stanford also did their pathology scrutinizing, and it's possible that it's lobular and not ductal, which would mean it might not be HER2. There's a little bit of a question, so they're going to get the original piece of tissue that they took for the biopsy back in October and restain it and see what it comes up as. So I'm scheduling with this doctor for 3 weeks, and that should be the first time I get chemo. If I get the regular standard of care for HER2, I'm going to get TCHP, that regimen, and I'll get 6 of them, and I'll be scheduled, and then I'll have surgery after that. So, hi. It's been hard for me to make a video because I'm so tired. I think that's the main reason. It's probably also been a little bit hard because I feel like in some ways I've just kind of failed with the integrative approach. I mean, to me, I guess integrative has meant conventional stuff with natural stuff, or actually conventional stuff with natural stuff. But I mean to say, dealing with the tumor and dealing with my health. So it's 2 different things. Having a strong immune system and getting rid of the tumor have really been 2 different paths. And I thought that I could take one path, which was all natural healing, and it would help me strengthen my immune system and have a significant impact on the tumor. And it hasn't had a significant impact on the tumor. So I've been going to Stanford, and we just went last week. You hear me so out of breath. And I'm going to be starting chemo. I'm going to get a port the day before chemo. I forget what the day is, but it was 3 weeks from Tuesday. So 3 weeks from Tuesday. We're going down on Monday. I'm getting a PET CT scan and a lymph node biopsy. And then we're going back down, and I'm getting the port and having chemo the next day. So a lot is happening right around the same time. What else did I want to say? So Stanford is taking the original core biopsy and restaining it, which means retesting it, because there's some discrepancy with the original diagnosis. The original diagnosis is invasive ductal carcinoma grade 2, and Stanford thinks it might be lobular and rather than ductal, and I don't really know what material difference that makes. Well, it does make a difference in terms of how they treat the cancer and which chemos they give, and they don't want to give chemos that are inappropriate because there's a lot of exposure to toxicity. It's high toxicity, so they would be giving me one really highly toxic drug, and then if it's incorrect, they need to switch to another highly toxic drug. It's not good for the body. So that's like the only material difference that I really know of at this point. And then the difference between it being grade 2 or grade 3, it has to do with the aggressiveness of how quickly the cancer is mutating the healthy cells. And mine might be from a grade 2 to a grade 3. They're going to let me know. And also, getting the PET CT is going to reveal if there's anything else besides the original tumor that we know. There's some discoloration of skin around the areola and nipple on the breast with cancer. And that looks like it doesn't look good. It's discolored. It's more discolored maybe than it's been. And also my breast is itching, but I mentioned the itching, and that didn't seem to make much difference. I'm switching hands. I'm like walking, holding my arm up. And Okay, so I'm doing all that, and then, so yeah, I think I'm going to be doing 6 rounds of chemo, 3 weeks apart, so it's 18 weeks, and then I go back in and meet with the medical oncologist. No, wait, he's the surgical oncologist and the plastic surgeon, and figure out what we're going to do at that point. But surgery would come 3 to 4 weeks after the last round of chemo. I don't think I can make it up this hill. So I guess that puts me at having surgery sometime around September. And the goal with the chemo is to hopefully fully potentially get rid of, reduce in size and shrink any kind of cancerous tissue that's in my armpit. And then there's a possibility they won't have to do surgery on it if the chemo is effective, and depending on the type of response that my body has to the chemo drugs I'm given. Some women, it has happened. I don't know where I'll fall, but it's probably not more common. But some women have a total response, meaning there's no detected cancer in the body after the chemo, and elect to even not do surgery. So I'm not going to elect that. Even if they reduce the size of the tumor in the breast and they want to do a lumpectomy, I'm not doing a lumpectomy. I'm doing a bilateral mastectomy, which means removing both breasts. So what else was I going to say about that? Yeah, so that's the goal with cancer. And they'll check me out a couple doses into the cancer and make sure I'm having a response to it, probably by way of ultrasound. I'm not sure actually how they check that. So yeah, I'll be losing my hair, possibly losing my eyebrows and my eyelashes. I'm not too thrilled about it, but it's pretty minor in the scope of a long journey. And at first I really looked into doing cold capping and seeing what I could do to keep my hair, and it was like, if it were easy, if there were some easy way, I would just do it. Well, probably every woman would do it if it was easy, but if it was, it's so labor intensive, and it's also at least $2,000. I mean, that's just, no, it's just not worth it. So at some point I'll be cutting it before it gets all weird, patchy, and falling out in clumps, and then probably shaving it when the time is right. But I already enlisted one friend who's going to shave her head. I won't say her name. I hope she still does it, as an act of solidarity with me in the whole cancer chick, bald, shaved, no hair. So I'm going to put a call out when the time comes and see who else wants to join me on shaving their head in the name of cancer. I don't know, in the name of being different, in the name of not caring if we have hair or not. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how that goes, but you'll be seeing me bald on one of these videos at some point. Okay, I think that's my update. Let's see, what do I even have next? I don't know. I have so much in 2 weeks, but I think right now I just finished moving, and I'm just trying to take care of myself on the day-to-day and spend time with my daughter and enjoy the elements, being outside, and just get myself settled. So thanks for being with me on this journey.